In the midst of World War II, when Asia was a theater of conflict and intrigue, there was a peculiar and eerie story involving the United Kingdom that took place on the borderlands of British India, near the Himalayan foothills. This is the tale of the Ghost Battalion of Arunachal, a strange and unsettling event that blurred the boundaries between reality and the supernatural, leaving a lasting impact on all who encountered it. It was the summer of 1944, and the British Empire was fighting on multiple fronts against the Axis powers. In British India, the threat of Japanese invasion loomed large, and the British forces were spread thin, with many garrisons stationed in remote and challenging terrains. One such post was a small British outpost near the town of Tawang in the northeastern part of India, close to the borders of Tibet and Burma. The outpost was manned by a battalion of British Indian Army soldiers, a mix of British officers and Indian troops. Tasked with patrolling the treacherous mountain passes and keeping an eye on any potential Japanese incursions from the east. The region was known for its rugged beauty, but it was also a place of ancient legends and mystical beliefs, steeped in the folklore of the local Monpa people. As the monsoon season approached, the weather turned harsh. Torrential rains and thick fog made communication with the outside world difficult. It was during this time that strange reports began to filter in from local villagers. They spoke of a mysterious battalion of soldiers, dressed in British uniforms, marching silently through the mountains at night. These soldiers, according to the villagers, never spoke, never rested, and seemed to vanish in a thin air at dawn. The reports were dismissed at first as mere superstition, the product of overactive imaginations in a region known for its ghost stories. But as the sightings continued, even the British officers began to take notice. Patrols were sent out to investigate, but they returned with nothing. No trace of any unknown battalion, no evidence of enemy activity, just the oppressive silence of the mist-shrouded mountains. Then, one night, the garrison's commanding officer, Major Charles Ashford, experienced the phenomenon himself. Unable to sleep, he was pacing the battlement when he saw them. Rows of soldiers, their faces pale and expressionless, moving in perfect unison along a ridge just beyond the outpost. They were eerily silent, their footsteps making no sound on the rocky ground. Ashford watched in stunned silence as the column of soldiers passed by, their eyes glowing faintly in the darkness. The next morning, Ashford reported the sighting to his superiors, who were skeptical but ordered an immediate investigation. A platoon was dispatched to the ridge where the soldiers had been seen, but they found nothing, no footprints, no sign of any recent movement. It was as if the ghostly battalion had never existed. Disturbed by the encounter, Ashford decided to consult with the local Monpa elders, hoping to make sense of what he had seen.